It's spring 2022 and all across the land, people are getting their houses fixed up for sale in this red hot real estate market. And today we're going to talk about how you can get your kitchen fixed up Gucci on an Amazon budget. My name is Brian Mayer with the Mayer Group at eXp Realty. And I'm definitely embarrassed having said that. My daughter tells me that if it's hot, it's Gucci, and that's what I got to start saying. But I think this is the last time I'll say it. So there you go. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Today, I'm going to talk about all the things that you could and should do to get your house fixed up in the kitchen specifically, which is the most important room in your house when it comes to selling it for the most money. And we're going to talk about how to do it on a shoestring budget. What are the least expensive things you can do to get that absolute top dollar for your kitchen, for your house? All right, so I would say that this trend really started in regular houses in the early 2000s. When I was a kid, a couple of my friends had Cadillacs. And the one thing that I remember is when they shut the trunk, when the trunk went like, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So I always refer to this as the Cadillac trunk cabinets. And what I'm referring to is the slow close hinges that you can put on cabinets, and also the drawers. Now the drawers are more expensive and more complicated. I don't even recommend doing them unless you're really kind of a semi-pro. But these cabinets, okay, these are standardized hinges that fit almost any cabinets. Just look and see if you have them. They match. They make the ones for basically, there's only two different kinds, and they only cost like $2 or $3 a piece. And you don't even have to do every hinge. In fact, most doors, you actually only do one hinge because they're so strong. And then when you shut the door, it makes that slow close. And I can tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. Everybody opens and closes the cabinets in the kitchen. Pro tip, buy the little rubber, but even go upgrade to the gel, the little gel dots. Put them on the cabinet so when they do finally tap shut, you don't even hear the you just literally, it just goes. I mean, you could go to my house, slam my cabinet, and you won't hear a thing. You could turn around and wouldn't even know I was doing it. So on the cabinets, the next biggest thing, well, really the bigger thing that you could do that'll have the most impact is whether or not you should paint them. Yes, you should paint them, but no, you should not paint them. And what I mean is, you should hire somebody to paint them. And again, if you work with us, I have people that will do it for a couple $100 versus a couple $1,000. At some point, you start questioning, should I just get new cabinets? And most people say, I'm not doing it. We're just going to leave them as is. Painting your cabinets makes a huge difference. Next up is cabinet pulls. So my wife likes these little egg-shaped farmhouse looking ones. They're very solid. They're heavy. They feel good in your hand. The new trend now is the little bar, and they're using brushed brass. It's like gold, but it's not the old school cheapy shiny gold. It's like this new brushed brass gold. But again, a couple dollars a piece. You have to know where to get them. I actually have an Amazon list that I send all my clients that has like cabinet pulls, faucets, light fixtures, door handles, all the things that we've found on Amazon that match the latest trends, that look the best, that cost the least amount of money. The other one is the drawer pulls. Like, I don't want to take this one out of the package, but you just put, even if you don't have drawer pulls, you put drawer pulls on, and then you upgrade the handles, and then you have painted cabinets with slow close, and now you've got it. Now, to go over the top, and this was the very first thing that I did when I put quartz countertops in my house. Ever since I was a kid, this has been like the thing that I've always wanted. And when I got it, I researched it, and it turns out I did this for less than $50, and it looks better than any new construction house at all. And what I'm referring to is under cabinet lighting. And what I use is these LED light strips. As a matter of fact, for all of our clients in 2022, I'm having these installed in all of their houses for free. So if you sell a house with us and you don't have under cabinet lighting, I'm having this installed for you. And let me now take it up a notch and show you what I got. All right, Alexa, turn off the kitchen cabinets. Man, my phone is blowing up. I apologize. All right, so that is the ability to hook it up to Amazon through a special adapter. I can't show you because I have to unplug it. Alexa, turn on the kitchen cabinets. All right, so right now these lights are dim. Alexa, kitchen cabinets 100%. And you can see they just got super bright, right? So you can use Alexa to do it, or you can use the app that it comes with. Alexa, turn off the kitchen cabinets. And in my house, they come on at 20% at 6 a.m. At 9 a.m., they go to 80%, and then they go off at 10:30 at night. I don't ever have to touch them. I don't turn them on and off. They're on during the day. And then what I did was I put a strip in the front facing backwards and then another strip in the back facing forwards. And the amount of electricity these things use is like a quarter of an incandescent light bulb, and you can do your whole kitchen. There's some other things you can do with extenders to make it so that you only use one plug. That was the one thing my wife was like, you cannot put plugs all over my kitchen for these stupid lights. And I was like, all right, babe, I got you. So I actually use these extension cables to go across the kitchen sink behind the wall, and then I only have one plug to do my entire kitchen, and I have lights in the front and I have lights in the back. And I could tell you guys, when you make a sandwich and these lights are bright and they're shining on the backsplash and the ones are shining up to the front, it is a game changer. You can see everything you're doing. I think it's safer for cutting stuff. It's more than just looks good. It's actually very functional. Like, another thing that I noticed was the one cabinet in the corner that's like, 20 inches deep, and it's just a big shadow. You kind of put your utensils under there. Now it's all lit up. It looks fantastic, especially if you have a nice backsplash. It is awesome. Definitely want to do that. All right, something kind of very inexpensive, but is a huge upgrade that a lot of people have, like these mismatched, light switch covers and electrical outlet covers. These are plastic. They cost like, I don't know, 30 cents a piece or something like that. That is a huge upgrade, especially if you have the ones that have been painted over. Everything starts just to kind of look ridiculous. And if you painted over your electrical outlets and you want to upgrade your electrical outlets, this is a really cool tip. And I saw this for the first time like 5 years ago. We were looking at a house and they had these, like whatever they were, Apple Watches plugged in right in the kitchen out of the outlets. And my clients were freaking out about them. These came from Costco. I don't know. They're like $20 for two of them or something like that. The countertops are next. What to do about the countertops? So most people, if you call a granite company, it's $5,000 to $7,000. Our installers are doing them for anywhere between $1,500 and $2,500. People say, hey, we're just going to let the next guy do this. I'm telling you, it is a huge mistake. Granite countertops are worth $10,000 according to my appraiser. And if you're getting them done for $2,000, it's like trading your $20 bill for my $100 bill 100 times in a row. And that's really the goal here, guys. It's not really just about making things look good or whatever. It's really about getting more money when it comes time to sell your house and spending the least amount of money. All right. I'm going to talk about appliances, but before I do, let me tell you about light bulbs. So a huge pet peeve of mine is to have mismatched light bulbs, especially in a ceiling fan. But let's just talk about what I recommend, and that is that you buy soft white light bulbs, LED light bulbs, and you buy the same brand if you can from the same place at the same time, and you do your entire house. Like, you're going to spend maybe $100. You can buy like a 36 pack of 60 watt light bulbs off Amazon for like $25 or $35. I mean, we're talking just pennies to do this. I recommend that you buy them. And one of the things that we do, we sell houses generally pretty quickly with a force of nature. And the goal is, we tell people, leave all your lights on, like cabinets, garages, every room in your house, bathrooms, bedrooms, leave all the lights on. And then I tell the people showing the house, don't touch the lights, because they come in, the house is all lit up. It looks beautiful. Everything is soft white versus cool white. You don't want the light to be this bluish color. It's actually harsh on your eyes. People don't prefer it. The light shining down on me is what's called bright white. That's not even the best white. It's that sort of that warmish white, makes people feel comfortable. Not for your under cabinets, but for the whole house. replace your light bulbs, guys, and don't go with those cool white or the daylight lights. They don't look good on people's eyes. All right, so last up, we'll talk about, well, actually, last up, we'll do, I'm going to show you flooring really quick. So almost everybody we're working with, we recommend waterproof laminate vinyl planking. So this is waterproof, and when you compare that to somebody's really old dirty grout tile in the kitchen, you know, that tile was very expensive to put in, and this is very cheap to put in. This looks 100 times better. It's actually better in almost every way. It's waterproof. It is warmer on your feet. It is just absolutely awesome. I'll give you another tip, okay? This stuff comes with a backing in many cases. Do not rely on the backing to soundproof. The problem is it's kind of clicky and loud, and one of my huge pet peeves, I have a lot of them, I'm sorry. One of my pet peeves is not putting the backing on and cheap laminate, walking around the house and you just feel like you're tap dancing. Even wearing socks, you can just hear your foot. You know, so what you want is, when you're walking around the house, it to be completely silent. You want it to feel like it's like a solid floor. And this laminate has a tendency to make a clicking sound because there's an air pocket underneath, and the laminate itself just has like a loud tappy sound. So I recommend getting the upgraded stuff. So we're talking this right here. I bought this from Costco. This is the color of driftwood, and it's the long, like, I guess these are 4-foot planks. What I have in my kitchen are actually the 5-foot planks, and $279, I think, is what I paid per square foot for this. And I have installers that'll put it in for just a couple dollars. And now we're talking about a completely redone look that is absolutely, like, from the ceiling, from the light fixtures in the ceiling. And I didn't talk about light fixtures, but if you have old light fixtures, definitely consider doing them, all the way down to the floor, redoing your entire kitchen for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands of dollars. So last up, I want to talk about appliances really quick. And my recommendation is, in most cases, if you have older appliances, especially if they're white, but even if they're black and if they're mismatched, the best thing to do is mismatched used appliances off Facebook Marketplace. It's like, oh, what if they don't match? It's better to have mismatched used appliances than it is to have all matching ugly appliances. Now, they are a little bit harder to find nowadays, so my tip is set an alarm on your Facebook Marketplace search to notify you anytime something pops up that says, for instance, refrigerator, microwave, dishwasher, or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're like $2,500. It's still definitely worth the investment. The kitchen is the number one room in the house. So I could tell you, I had a client one time. This was my second year in real estate, and I was showing a house, and this girl, you know, this was their very first house. She runs in the front door. She immediately opens and closes the drawer in the kitchen over and over. And she's like, Mom, 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 it has them, look. And she's open. She didn't even look at the rest of the house. I guess she had already known, you know, bedrooms and bathrooms. She'd probably seen the pictures. She kind of knew what she was getting, but the kitchen had been remodeled. And this was a, you know, $210,000 house. So comparably, most of these houses did not have this. And she was sold on these kitchen drawers. And that is a true story. The kitchen is what sells the house, guys. If you're going to spend money anywhere, spend it in the kitchen. Again, what we do is we hire a professional decorator to come over to tell you all the things you could and should do. I have a list of all of these things that you can buy. I'll do another video if you guys like this. I'll talk about some other stuff, like what to do in the rest of the house, like what kind of handles should you put on your doors. Should you even replace the handles on your doors? What about your faucets? What about your light fixtures? What about flooring and all that? I have tons of videos on my website, briansoldit.com. Talks about all these different things. Also, if you want to find out what your home is worth, check out briansoldit.com. I have a link there. You can get an online automated evaluation of your house. Make sure you check it out. This is Brian Mayer with the Mayer Group at eXp Realty. I hope you found this helpful and informative. Make it a fantastic day.